All right, I just wanted to actually make a positive video because tonight we beat the deli. The crew is strong, and we beat the deli. We were like looking at each other like we can't have nothing to do at this point. It's like we even did this, and this. We even accomplished this, which is we almost never get because of the jump in production levels, but the lack of people hiring on. But on a positive note, I really want to praise EVE Online for their recent event, the Guardians Gala. My characters probably should have skill levels at a point where I could do a lot of these kind of events, or really, I would have to fleet. I would have to fleet with people, and and so I really liked that for this event. Quite specifically, it was that they concentrated on outer ring excavators, the ore company and then one of the pirate factions, and that they were battling, and that if you help one, you get this, and that was a really great idea, and I really want to praise EVE Online for using their characters effectively. They have, I think, one of the best potential franchises ever. They don't have a fan base that would mess it up. A lot about the people who play EVE Online, it's like because it is so many people who like would be into submarine warfare and economics. It's that kind of game that it won't have the people who will ruin the lore. There won't be the issues with ruining the lore. And yeah, and it was just fantastic. I just don't know anything about Doctor Who. The channels that it came on when I was a kid were not really popular channels. It was VHF channels, and my dad didn't watch it. I didn't know anybody who watched it, so I just never got into Doctor Who. So that's why, like with that one, I'm like, wait, and then you have to do all this work, and people in the corporation were like, okay, no, you got to go through all these steps, and it's fun in just doing it, but you have to really want to, and so I was like, oh, okay. One of the things about EVE Online and also the player base and everything is the whole concept of their space mercenary, and that you're like Han Solo, you want the money, and show them the gold press latinum, and so that's why I was like, okay. I like, though, that Guardians Gala, you get, you get tech. That's a big one, that you get tech, and that they're saying to people, like, you mess with this, you might get rare new blueprints. You'll be the first to get these blueprints. That's a big deal. People who play EVE Online, and anyone who plays an MMORPG, that you create things in the game, assets for the game, you could actually make them. It's like, that's gold. Oh my gosh, imagine if you got, imagine if somebody even got like something like not a Praxis, not a Gnosis. The smallest one of those, the smallest of the Jovian ships, Apotheosis, is it? Apotheosis, I believe. If you got like even a blueprint for that, or a blueprint for the Praxis, I mean, it's, that's that you did something that got you like, Jovian blueprints, oh my God, yeah, and I really want to praise EVE Online because it is so fun. The game is so fun, and it's just every time you level up a bit, and you could fly a new ship, and you're like, oh, this is how this works, and you almost die against some rat that was way bigger than you, But you figure out, oh, it's because I was using this weapon system. I need to use this kind of ammo. Their weapons have a fall off like this, and they can't align their guns if if you have this kind of traversal, and just all that stuff just gets so freaking fun. And I don't do the math. I don't do the math the way I should. I mostly look, wait, what can this thing not take? Okay, we start at this distance, and now I move in, and now I blow you up, and now I leave no traces because I salvage your wreck. And even now, I mean, just got totally. It was great. Like the idea, one of the most satisfying things that happened was getting blown up recently. I always get blown up. I never win a fight, but I got a shot off. I actually shot the person back and started to register some damage on them. But it really was this thing of I dodged a pair of Gnosises for like a while. I was messing around, and this person, like, actually, like, they were there for a fight. Like, they were there and they were looking for me, and it was just kind of funny at a certain point where I was like, oh shit, like, I was dodging these guys, and then they found me, and by accident, which of course the faction warfare corp leader had told me, and they were like, no, always stay at your safes. Don't dock up. Whatever you do, don't dock up. If there's hostiles in the vicinity, like, don't do whatever you can to try not to dock up, because docking up makes you incredibly vulnerable. And it's true. Docking up makes you very vulnerable. I have found this out the hard way 2 or 3 times already, because I lose all my fights and I always get blown up. But yeah, it was very satisfying, this idea of ratting, and then finally somebody caught me, and it was great because I was at that stage where it's like I wasn't even grabbing like loot anymore. I was just like, fuck it, I just feel like blowing things up. And but one thing I do actually have to say about that in particular is, oh, dang it, it was so fresh on my mind a second ago. That you're ratting, and rather than salvage, that right now, it's really difficult to deal with tags. All these tags, these dog tags that you get. Like, nobody really buys them. Like, you're supposed to search for this or that kind of, for like dead space or something, but nobody buys them. It's really weird. That mechanic is kind of messed up. And I wish somebody would play with that mechanic a bit, because I'm not sure like what the idea is behind the dog tags, like what they're supposed to really do. It seems like there were for another purpose rather than some kind of payout. It seems like maybe they're for some mission purpose or something. But yeah, I don't know. Just some thoughts I had. Anyway, I'm really enjoying EVE Online. Yeah, I just want to make sure people know, that when you're listening to somebody like me who's so poorly informed about biology, that I don't know anything about all these diseases and, masks and first aid and stuff like that. I mean, why would you listen to somebody who has stuff like, anatomy and physiology things, and like, why would you listen to me? Why? You're crazy people. Don't listen to me. All right, later.